All right, folks. We are halfway through Miami, you could say. We are in the quarterfinals. As you know, the Miami tournament's been going on. Amazing tournament. Sad we couldn't be there this time, but we are there virtually. I've been in the press rooms virtually through Zoom, asking the players questions on your behalf, trying to get the details. We're going to get down into a lot of things in the show. We're going to get into the ATP drama where Vasek Pospisil lost his mind on the ATP chair, and just we're going to get into, is the ATP corrupt, etc. Are they screwing the players? We're going to look at some of the matchups that are going to be happening in the quarterfinals and the predictions for the semifinals and the final, who has the most to win, who has the most to lose, etc. We're going to get into all of it and how I made Daniil Medvedev laugh in this episode of The Slice.
I go fair. You know what I mean? I
We're coming at you from the Delray Beach Open, Miami Open, down here at the grounds.
This is Novak and Dominic Bianchi.
We are here with the man, Milos Raonic.
Welcome to The Slice.
All right, folks, I just want to say thank you for the support. Like, it's just being able to be virtually at a press pass tournament right now. We got a press pass to the Miami Open. It's just a privilege, and I feel like I'm representing all of you while I'm there. So, you know, I'm beside these journalists like Ben Rothenberg. They work for big outlets, and we're just The Slice. I'm like wearing my shirt. We got like my Zoom background. It says The Slice. Everyone's like, this guy's way too extra. I'm like, yeah, I know, because we are the fans, and we've invaded. So thank you guys for being there, especially the Patreon supporters. I've already asked some of your questions to the players and giving you guys behind the scenes look. So if you're not a part of our Patreon, click the link below to join for as little as you want per month. Very much appreciate the support. Also, like and subscribe. It's all there. Anyways, first of all, Daniil Medvedev, one of the most epic, iconic moments from the 2018 Miami Open is when he told Stefanos Tsitsipas to shut your fuck up, and after he was apparently called a bullshit Russian. So that was hilarious. And I asked him about this here, and this is how he responded.
Miami Open is it's the site of back in 2018, your epic kind of argument with Stefanos after one of the matches back then. You were ranked about 50 in the world then. And I just want to ask,
Yeah, you remember, Medvedev. You remember. Anyways, that was fun. Great sport there. I also talked to Canadian Wonder Woman 2019 U.S. Open champion Bianca Andreescu. I said, how are you feeling out there? Do you feel like you're getting a little bit of your swagger back? And this was her response. Like, where do you think your swagger is at kind of on the court mentally compared to where it maybe has been in the past? Like, how does it feel?
Yeah, I like that word. It's different, that's for sure. It's another year. Very different conditions, not a lot of fans. But I'm feeling really good.
We've been able to talk to Bianca Andreescu, all the Canadians behind the scenes, except for our guy Milos, who knows that it's bagel time. He lost his match today, and I was supposed to talk to him if he won. So you kind of got to put your requests in before the match happens, and then you get the chance to talk to them afterwards if it goes according to plan, which it didn't for him, unfortunately, today. We'll get into that. So before we get into the quarterfinal draw, we're going to take a look. Vasek Pospisil. I was watching this match. I was like, he's our guy. It's kind of an interesting matchup. Just didn't expect much of this little matchup between Pospisil and Mackie McDonald. And then all of a sudden, Pospisil's kind of like dragging his feet. And I was like, is he injured? And I was tweeting out, big Twitter guy now. So follow us on Twitter if you haven't. And I'm like, Vasek is also all of a sudden looking slow. And then all of a sudden he was mad and he was having some little exchanges with the umpire. And all of a sudden he was just standing at the service line and he was like smashed his racket. And I think this is after he had been broken. Gets obviously a warning for racket abuse. And then as he's about to lose the set, literally set point down, he like cusses at the umpire. And the umpire gives him a point penalty and he loses the set. And we're all just watching. We're like, what is going on? And the umpire asks, what is going on? And then Pospisil said something to the effect of, you know what's going on? I just got yelled at for an hour by the head of the ATP yesterday. That guy's an effing a-hole. Blah, 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 blah. And then he said, you can default me right now and I'll gladly sue the organization. All this in my tweet. It went viral. It's just so much politics brought to the top. Everyone knows that the PTPA, which is led by Djokovic and Pospisil, is kind of like a players' representative union that they're trying to start to give the players more of a fair share of the prize money and of a lot of other stuff. And the ATP obviously doesn't like that because not all the players are on board with that. A lot of the players actually think that the ATP does a pretty good job. So I'm assuming, and I asked Felix Auger-Aliassime, Denis Shapovalov about this because they both know Vasek pretty well. And I said, what are your thoughts? And then Dennis told me, he's like, well, I know Vasek, and if he gets this mad about something, it's obviously something pretty wrong. And Dennis said, players bring a lot of stuff up to the ATP, and we kind of just get told to go play tennis, basically. So he said there was definitely some conflict, and he supported the PTPA. A lot of players have come out with the hashtag Players United, I think, or Players Together, or Stand Together. I forget what it is. So the players, obviously, some players feel that they're not getting enough money, enough, if you lose first round at this ATP, you get $10,000. But if you got to fly your whole team there, stay at a hotel, all this, you're losing money if you lose in the first round, which if you're in the top, this is a Masters 1000 event. Like, I can see their point. But then on the other side, I can also see the ATP's point where they're like, look, buddy, we're running this business through this pandemic. We're losing money. None of us, because we're keeping our salaries. They don't talk about that. But the ATP's losing money. Tournament directors are losing money putting these on. And you guys are just complaining about the hotels, blah, 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 blah. Like, shut up. I can understand why both sides kind of went at it there. It makes a little bit of sense to me. But to put it lightly, there's some politics going on in the ATP right now. And it's going to be very interesting to follow this development as it goes forward. So that's that. The Miami quarterfinals. There's been a lot of interesting matches. We've had Sebastian Korda doing really well. A lot of, obviously we talked about this, a lot of opportunity for young guys in this tournament to win a Masters 1000 or at least make a deep run, get a lot of points. The 12-month ranking system is going to go back into effect eventually, and then if they can get a lot of points here, it's going to be a big deal. We've already seen that with Medvedev also, obviously. So the Miami quarterfinals looks like this. We got Medvedev on the top. He's made it through as we expected. He's playing Roberto Bautista Agut. Medvedev's had a pretty tough run of it so far. He's had some long matches. He had some cramping issues, but he's feeling good. And RBA's looking good as well. It took out John Isner in another marathon match. Courts are playing slow here in Miami, so I don't know how that's going to play into this. I think that would actually help Medvedev because RBA, he really likes fast court players and he really likes directing speed. And I feel like Medvedev's going to be a bit more of a dog in these slow courts, and he's got a little bit more power on all the wings, I think, to push through this slow court and to do damage. So I'm taking Medvedev in that matchup. Then we got a very interesting one. We got Jannik Sinner versus Bublik. Bublik's a jokester. We all know that. He came through. He beat Taylor Fritz today. Jannik Sinner beat, I'm going to have to look this up how to say it, Emil Ruusuvuori from Finland, ranked 83 in the world, but he's been balling. He took out Alexander Zverev, I think, in the second round. And the kid, he actually looks a lot like Sinner and plays a lot like him too. But today, the match, Sinner was just too good for him. And we all know about Sinner. There's literally, like, he's the future. He's the golden child. He's like the Italian sensation. We all know that. One of the Italian sensations. There's like a bunch. So he's playing Bublik. I expect Sinner to win that match. Bublik has been playing amazing, though. He played very well today to beat Fritz. So that's looking like a very good matchup as well. Sebastian Korda, he's come through. Now he's going to be playing. He beat Schwartzman just today. Amazing performance for him there. He also beat Aslan Karatsev, gave him a bagel. Korda knows it's bagel time. 6-3, 6-0. Karatsev was not at his best. Maybe his calves were failing him. Who knows? But Korda came through that. And then we got Rublev, who's just been dicing people up. This meme here, you can see he has played Martin Fucsovics 4 times in March, all 4 weeks, and he's beaten him all 4 times. What would that do to your mentality if you were Martin Fucsovics? Like, crazy. I think that's the only time that's ever happened in the ATP. It's got to be. Anyways, Rublev has just been taking names, barely loses out. In ATP 500s, he doesn't lose, except for the last one, I guess. But he lost to Karatsev. But Rublev's looking amazing. He should be super solid. Then we got in the bottom match, Hurkacz versus Tsitsipas. Hurkacz has been balling out of control. He beat Raonic, our guy, earlier today. Tsitsipas has looked super solid all tournament. So that's going to be another amazing match. If you don't enjoy these matchups, if you're like, man, Djokovic, Federer, Nadal aren't here, I don't want to watch, it's like, you're not really a dedicated tennis fan. You got to be in these matches. This is like the future of tennis, except for RBA, who's pretty old. Everybody else here is super young. So it's super exciting to watch. And I'm honestly, at this point in the tournament, picking Tsitsipas to win. I feel like he's got this vendetta that he hasn't won a Masters 1000 yet. I think he can beat Hurkacz for sure, and then Korda or Rublev. He can beat anyone there. It's just a matter of him playing his best tennis, and I feel like he's been playing very well. He played good at Acapulco. He's looked good here on a bit slower surfaces. I think he likes that, so it gives him a little bit more time to set up these balls. So that is that. So lots of exciting things here in Miami. It's super fun to be in the tournament. Thank you guys for making it possible by just supporting the show, making everyone see that we have lots of fans, which we do. Lots of people watch us, and the most dedicated tennis fans are here on the slice watching it with us. Thanks for being here. We'll check in with you guys on the weekend for sure to keep you up to date on all the action. Join the Front Row Show. It's our Patreon page. Then you can talk with us, ask questions in the videos, and get questions to the pros in press conferences like this. And you support the show. Thanks so much for your guys' support. We'll see you next time.